All right. Well, hello and welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. It is 9 a.m. on the final day of a week-long convention, and nobody's at their best right now, so all the more reason. I'm thankful for you guys showing up as you have. Thank you for that. If you are here to learn about robots and automation and how they can increase the profitability of your store, excellent, you're in the right place. If you are not here for that reason, you've made a mistake, and the next hour is going to be weird. QR code, yep, please just get it ready. My name is Greg Gordon. I am the founder and CEO here at TCG Machines, and presenting with me today, I have my co-founder, co-director, and chief product officer, Dan Kusler. We have our head of marketing and sales, Nathan Day, and Matt. I will kick us off with a little background information about us, who we are, what we do. Then I'm going to pass the baton to Dan to speak to our product, the FizzBatch 9000. And then we're going to have Matt walk us through a few different use cases for the machine. Next, we're very excited to bring up a couple of our customers and independent store operators, and they're going to speak to their experience working with us in the machines. We're aiming to keep this presentation brief so that we can get to Q&A at the end of the session. If there is any extra time left over after Q&A, we're going to subject you to Nathan's interpretive East Coast dance routine, so please ask questions. TCG Machines. We have actually been around for over 10 years, believe it or not. In the beginning, it was just me in my basement, promising my wife that this was a legitimate business opportunity and not just an early midlife crisis. Fast forward to today, and we are now a company with more than 30 full-time employees representing engineers, data scientists, software developers, and Matt. Our company even won an award last year for how seriously we take ourselves. Nope, sorry, that one was actually for technological innovation, so woo, go us. And now, so here we are. We have this rapidly growing team of beautiful, award-winning people, but what are all those people doing? Why do we need 30 people? Well, they are fulfilling our company's purpose, and that purpose is to build tools to help people run profitable trading card businesses. I will also take this opportunity to note that, at least to my knowledge, our machines have never murdered, maimed, or mangled anyone. And I'm not saying that they can't or that they won't. I'm simply saying they haven't. Yet.
Yeah.
So as we carry out our company's purpose, we do our best to embody our three core values, which are transparency, accountability, and Kaizen, which is a Japanese word meaning continuous improvement. Why should you care about our values? Contrary to popular belief and popular opinion on Reddit, it's actually quite difficult to create a commercial product for a global market which marries computer vision, machine learning, software development, and internet connectivity, and all of that coupled to robotics to physically handle highly valuable and easily damaged pieces of cardboard. And given the complexity of what we are doing, we do not always get it right. And that is why the values matter. Like many of you in this room, we are a small and independent business. We do not benefit from the backing of a multi-billion-dollar mega corporation. And I see this as being one of our core strengths. We can't afford to be the lowest cost option in the room, so we have to try a lot harder to earn more business. I can't promise you that we're ever going to get it perfect. Perfection is a vanishing horizon, a bit of a myth. But what I can promise is that we will always be honest with you. We will always stand behind our product, and we will always listen to your feedback to improve upon our offerings. The FizzBatch 9000 that we are shipping out today is dramatically more performant than the machines that we were shipping out 5 years ago. And so, that all sounds lovely, a lot of nice words, but what are we actually doing? Well, looking back to 2025, we made numerous improvements to our back-end software systems, which is super important, but nobody cares. We launched a new quick correct modal tool, which allows for rapid post-sort corrections of low-confidence batches. We cut our lead time in half. We went from 3+ months down to below 6 weeks. We made major accuracy improvements across the board to all TCGs that we support. We had patents granted in Japan, here in the USA, and in the European Union, which isn't particularly relevant to the end users, but it's fun for us. What else have we done? Now, of course, our team has been working very hard on numerous hardware and software features. I'm sure you're wondering what new features these are, so fast forward to now, 2026. We have implemented a 100% accurate foil detection module. And yes, I said 100. So far, it hasn't missed anything. I'm sure that could change in the future, and please let me know if it does. But until it does, we're just going to keep that 100 up right there. It's fun. We added support for Riftbound. This is live for current customers, existing customers. Riftbound is your skim, the cute here. We are actually rolling out big upgrades to our feeding system, which reduces stoppages and improves continuous feeding. And we are offering export compatibility to an increasing number of POS market platforms. The whole idea here is that we're eventually going to be able to integrate with anyone so that we're not limiting you in what you're doing with the data. Your data is yours, that's yours. With that, I'm going to pass the mic to Dan.
All right, so just a quick poll of the room. Who here does not have FizzBatch? Okay, yeah. All right, so that's good. So you can do some sales. And assuming everybody else does or is familiar, I'm just going to give you a brief overview of the FizzBatch, not familiarize yourself, and of course, come asking you any questions. So, high-level operation. It's the stats, it's a card sorting machine. You can put through up to 600 cards an hour at 99% accuracy and giving you a 15 times multiple on efficiency. And if you add all those numbers up and multiply them and carry the 1, it equals 9,000. Hence, FizzBatch 9,000. You could ask that out. All right, so it's a simple machine. You put in 1,700 cards in the input hopper, you scan them, goes through the conveyor, drops in one of the 13 sorry about that. Talk into the mic. It drops into any one of the 12 plus 1 output bins, and then your source stats go to your browser, and you export from there and save tons of time and provide money. And that's more or less it. Obviously, there's a lot of details to how it goes, but I'm going to pass it over to Matt next. Pass it over to Matt.
All right, so maybe you have one FizzBatch, maybe you have 20 FizzBatches, maybe you're thinking about getting a FizzBatch or 20 FizzBatches. The question is, how do you use these to make money for your business? So I'm going to talk about a few different ways our customers are using the machine to increase revenue. So one primary use is sifting cards for sale. So folks have the cards go through the machine, it sorts, scans, and sifts cards for value. You can sort cards by any metric on the card. You can sort by color, type, cost, type line, CMC. Any metric on the card can be used as a bidding criteria to sort, and those criteria can be combined into custom sorts. We do have some presets on the machine, such as alphabetizing, harvest mode, setting by set, things of that nature. And we give you full control over how to use the machine and creating our own custom sorts. And myself and the rest of the support team are also available. If you have an idea you want to do and you're not sure how to do it, call us, ask us, tell us what you want to do. We're always happy to help out. As you can see here as well, the machine also supports a number of platforms. Once cards are sorted, it creates a CSV. We give you full control over your data, gives you all the SKUs, pricing, information. That information can be uploaded to your POS and marketplace of choice, including TCG player, as well as other popular options. One popular feature is our lock builder. So again, I talked about all the customization that you have as an operator with this machine. A lot of customers will create locks. Let's say I want to make Pokemon locks. I can tell the machine that I want a lot of 50 cards, 10 VMAX cards, 20 energy, 1 Pikachu, a couple, like 4 foils. You can be very specific and granular, and then just pump those products out at speed over and over again. This is great for mystery boxes, EDH decks, custom creations, repack products. There's lots of stuff you can do with this, and our customers tell us they see between 8 and 10 times return using this feature. There's sorting as a service, also very popular. So One of our customers, Immortals, they had one of our machines. They said they would take in customer collections. It would take them 5 to 7 days to go through a large collection using their staff. They can now do that in a couple hours on the machine. They can set up a custom store, sort customer collections as they come in. They're not merged with their inventory. They're kept separate. They get a CSV, give that to the customer. They can purchase those cards right on the spot within a couple hours or quicker. Also renting the machine. You have customers who rent out the machine. You do a flat rate for 1,000 cards, or maybe we do an hourly rate. This is also a draw for customers coming into the store. Put it on the back counter. People are interested to come in, get more foot traffic, use those services, bring people into your store to pick other stuff up out of there. Some customers will also use the machine to do short-term contracts with other stores. They'll send them sealed product, they'll sort it, get a CSV, send it back. That store can list all that product with their marketplace. So there's lots of ways folks are using this machine. Even alternative uses. Recently, there was a 2,000 player sealed pool Loring event, and they used the Fizz badge to create lists for all those players ahead of time. They ran the cards through, you get a custom list, gave it to all the players, everything was verified by the machine and checked off for the tournament. And box printing as well, of course. I'm now going to hand it over to our guests. We'll first hear from Red Claw, Dave Bibby and his team, followed by Dan Miller with Fornex. Hand it over to them now.
All right, so I'm David Bibby with Red Claw Gaming. I'm the owner, so my forte is like, how much money am I spending on this, and how much money is it saving and making? We've got Leanne, who's kind of our programmer, does all the harvesting, gets all that set up and manufactures, and we have Kit, who's one of the actual operators of the machine, so definitely on not the lower end, but the user end interface on that. So from my particular perspective, there's one thing that FizzBatch is really bad at. It's customer interaction. It does not answer the phone very well. It doesn't talk to people. My people actually do that. So every time I have a person sitting in the back sorting cards and doing that, I lose that ability to interface with my customers where it's actually making me money. Because the machine will do a whole bunch of stuff, but if I can't sell it through a human, then it's not really working out that well for me. So the FizzBatch allows me to free up sometimes up to 2 or 3 people just to get them back on the counter, which means I can keep a nice tighter team. I don't have people that are literally never see the light of day because you lock them in the back to work on magic cards. All right, that's what the machine is really good for. All right, so we've been using it for a number of years. At the first point, we actually had it out front because our customers really like watching it. It's a very mesmerizing machine as the things go down the little track and then drop into the bins. We're now too busy and it has to run all the time. So it's now, we had to put it in the back, which is a little bit unfortunate for us. But we use it for multiple things. The thing as the owner that I appreciate most of the time is every, 4 weeks when a new magic set comes out, because we can run it through that machine right away. Then it actually gets a CSV file, we can upload it, and then all we have to do is really put it away. So this saves so much labor time on that, because we're now touching the cards so much less. We're literally just getting it, it goes in the boxes up front, ready for sale, and sometimes before we even put it away, we're actually having the cards sold online. So from an owner perspective, that's what FizzBatch allows me to do and why I have it. And we've been with the company ever since the beta trials. We had like machine number 2. All right, so we've seen how they've reacted. If you want to talk about interaction with the company itself, I can answer some of those questions as well. I'll turn it over to the person that actually sets up a lot of our sorts and runs that, and that'll be Leanne.
Woo!
I'm the one that comes back. So I can't stress how much the machine has changed since Graham brought it up in his little tiny car, built it into the back seat, and said, "Hey, I'm from Calgary, I got a thing." They've been great to work with. I have numerous custom sorts, probably more custom sorts in the machine now than it came with, as far as set sorts. As Dave said, we use it to put in new sets. We use it to build a product called the Insta Collection, which sells almost as fast as I can make them. To the point we're from Canada, I'm now importing bulk from the States by the pallet load. Yeah, I didn't tell you guys that. It's up way more than it's not. Like if I'm there, it's working. If kid's there, it's working. It might be down an hour a month at this point, and that's usually because I want to clean it. Because we put so many cards through it, I like to keep it nice and clean and pull all the dust and stuff out of it. Because if you're taking in bulk, it's really gross. And you can tell that by either filtering it through your hands, turning your hands black, or putting it through the robot that doesn't care if it's dirty, and letting it deal with it. I'm not really sure. I do all the upgrades on the machine. They're all pretty simple. They come with awesome videos. They have a great knowledge bank where there's videos and detailed instructions. If you have a problem, like if something jams, you can just look it up on their, what's it called? The knowledge base. You look it up on the knowledge base, there's professional videos on there on how to fix it. If you can't get it fixed, you give them a call and they'll get it fixed real quick for you. I'll now pass it off to Kit, who I recently trained to run the machine. And they're the newest member of our team to use the machine, so they will have a lot of the introductory knowledge that those of you that don't have one yet, they'll be able to answer your questions about how it's going.
Well, yeah, learning from Leanne obviously helps because she's so hands-on with it, and the knowledge that the team has given her has been very easily transferred to me. I'm the grunt who has to learn it, through a filter of people. And it's easy. I show up in the morning, I grab a whole stack of cards, I load them into the heater, and I run it while I do orders. And when it beeps, it tells me it's done, or I hear the motor slowing down for it, and it's time to just feed the machine. It's easy to run. What happens too is my manager goes home on Friday, and I run it over the weekend, just consistently. And then when she comes back on, at the beginning of the week, it's running the whole time. There's no real downtime on cleaning, really doing it every couple hours, having to maintain it. It's durable, it runs. The worst thing that I have happen is sometimes it grabs 2 cards at a time, and then they end up at the end, and I'm like, oh no, and I run it again. It goes so quickly that, I fill it easily once an hour. I can't even keep up with it most of the time. Half the time I'll have to step out to the front of the store to bring the product out for a customer, and I come back and it's hungry again. All I can say is ease of use is high.
All right, so you've heard from all 3 of us. We'll take a few questions and we'll turn it back over to
Actually, if I may.
Okay.
Get everyone down. If anybody has questions.
Or is it good?
All right.
bigger questions than that.
Hello. They took all the good talking points. So, so here I am. My name is Dan. I'm with Fordites. We've been in business for about 2 years, and I would say the main reason for that is the Biz Batch. We sell repacks almost exclusively, and that's our bread and butter. Oh, yeah. So we have 6 Biz Batches, and to go for the ease of use, that is the name of the game there. We basically use the Biz Batch to replace the amount of employees that it would take to make a repacked product. It will do the work of 3 to 4 people for that in the same amount of time. And it's so you can scale very quickly with that, as probably obvious by the fact that I've only been in business for 2 years. The downtime is basically none. The entire business model kind of relies on those types of machines staying up and being up all the time, so their software side is almost never down. The machines themselves are very repairable, and if there are any issues, we can go above that. So, it's a lot of that type of ease of use that then we can leverage to continue to have more machines going at the same time with the least amount of employees being dedicated to doing it. We have currently 1 person running all 6 of those machines at a time, and we have them running probably 18 to 20 hours a day. So it's, we put probably 500 to 600,000 cards through each month per machine. So we're going through about 2 to 3 million cards. in November, they put out a newsletter saying that they just went through their 500 million card.
It's 650 hour, yes.
Yeah. So point being, we had 4 machines at the time, and those 4 machines put through about 5% of their total for that. So, it's and with very, very minimal downtime. So it's really citing something for how reliable it is. And my background originally was in IT. I've seen downtime. And so going forward from that, the software side of everything is extraordinarily easy to use and train people on. Once you have the harvest set up that you want, or once you have the couple of lists that you want to pick out, it's that easy to just say, hey, you just need to keep putting cards in the machine and press the play button. Their start just looks like it. And it's very easy to just have that continue to run for hours and hours and hours with no real instruction other than, hey, keep putting cards in the machine, and if there's any issues, let me know. The support team also makes that extraordinarily easy if there are any issues. I have messaged Matt at all hours of the day. He tends to get back to me quickly, but the Discord that they've made recently has made that so much easier. The community there is always willing to help as well, even if the guys aren't around, because they do have to sleep. So it's always just, very easy to figure out. And then if I don't have anybody, I can always go to the knowledge base and try and figure out the documentation. So the only other thing I really have to say is that these guys are professionals. If you need somebody that really knows their machines, is willing to help you on a regular basis, and if there's any questions, they will answer them, they will support you, they will make sure that machine is helping make your business successful. And I think that's what I've got. So we have questions, I guess, right?
Yeah, sweet. Thank you, guys. Give it up for Dan. Thank you. You're transferring the mail. So yeah, we're gonna pull it to questions. If you guys want to direct them towards us, if you want to direct them towards the operator, just let us know. We'll just give it accordingly. Y'all can stand up or walk the microphone, whichever you prefer. First things first, I kind of want to do like a survey. Who feels as though they now understand what this thing is, what it does, why you want one? Everybody? Pretty much everybody? Okay, we're gonna win the rest of you guys over. It's cool. So I'm going to start taking questions from you guys. If you would like to just say your name, where you're from, i.e. your store, something like that, and then who the question is for, we will get started with the most enthusiastic. So who might that be? Me. All right, gentlemen.
Julian Stam from Tops Culture Shop in Pennsylvania. And how does it handle sorting by condition?
Condition, it does not.
So I mentioned dirty cards going in. So you got to, how do you handle the ones that are not obviously dirty, since you're dealing by the palette?
The obviously dirty ones are easy because
Yes.
what I do is I give them a quick run through my fingers before I glue them in. Anything that's super gross or stuck together, I just garbage.
Okay.
I'm not interested in selling any of those. Things that are like at the top end of my replay, because I'm typically making a repacks box or I'm running brand new cards, I'm not too worried about the condition other than gross. Because I'm not going to sell gross goods.
It's the new TCG player.
Gross.
You have no idea, my friend.
Thank you. Is it good? Yep. All right. Anyone else?
My name's Andy Ewan with Gamers Paradise in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Just tell me more about the new quick correction modal.
I'm glad you asked. Your check is also in the mail.
All right, let's go.
So I prepared a number of slides that kind of correspond to the most common questions we get asked. This is one that I wanted to do right out of the gate. This is the quick correct screen. So what happens when the machine looks at a card, it takes a picture, it then tries to compare that to a big old database that contains every card in existence, and then it makes a match. So when it makes that match, it knows how confident it is in that match. What we do is we assign a
Y'all can see.
You guys see this?
Yes.
Okay, sweet. There should be somewhere on this here. Confidence rating. Every one of these matches is going to be assigned a confidence level. It's going to be high, or it's going to be medium, or it's going to be low. You're going to get high 97% of the time. You're going to get low a fraction of a percent, and you're going to get medium about 2.5%. Okay, so you just ran. Let's just say we took our test set. We got one at back at base. It's called the gauntlet. So we run the gauntlet, and then we verify how accurate it was at the gauntlet. This over is going to be the outcome of one of these gauntlet tests, okay? So the machine is going to say, I thought it was low confidence about 10 cards, all right? Medium, 25 cards. High, 975 cards. Of those, you're going to get about 2 miss IDs on the lows, 2 miss IDs on the mediums, and 1 miss ID on the highs. So if you go through the quick correct model and verify it and make those changes so that the M sets or the alphas, or sorry, not the alpha, what is it? 4th and 5th editions, all the ones that are really hard to identify. Once you get those out of the way, you're going to wind up with 99.99% accuracy on your export without having to look at 975 of the 1,000 cards. So that's how you wind up with, 3 decimal point accuracy without only having to do an extra 3 minutes of actual work. The way we line this up is we show you what the machine saw, we show you what it matched with, and that provides a whole bunch of other high confidence options, and you just click it, put it, and then you export it. You can even filter by the confidence, so you only see the things that you know are probably whiffs, and then you just make those corrections, send it out. This is like something, admittedly, you didn't do a good enough job of telling people about. So if you do have a FizzBatch and you've not used this, go check it out. Send stuff back to us because we want to make this dialed in. We think this is a real game changer, especially for people who don't have the Rokas of the world and are using this to export directly without another intermediary layer. It's going to save you guys a lot. Does that answer your question?
I want to just add as well, using this correct design, is there any change in the median number 3 seconds? That was our metric that we set in house was designing it. Every time you make a change, put the next card, automatically save to your solution team. So once you make a change in there, it's already done for you. You can press.
Is that good? Perfect. Sweet.
Whenever they come up with something new, I always try to test it because we're still kind of testing things for them a bit. I have not found one that has been green, like high confidence, that has been wrong yet. And I've been checking probably the last 3 sets against it, and it's been wrong.
So in fact,
Which development problem sets one of the things that most often misidentify?
Great question. Okay, so are y'all familiar with
this part.
Theros Beyond Death?
Cap.
Right?
So we go. What's that? Here we go.
So something like this. This is a dual dex box that was sub-printed in Theros, and it has basically the exact same cards, and the set symbol looks basically the same to a machine. It's like a pointy 3-column thing, that sort of stuff. So when it looks at this sort of stuff, it's going to be like, well, I'm 65% sure it's this one, and I'm like 68% sure of that. It's either going to flag as low confidence or medium confidence, and it presents that to you. Here's something to know about confidence. It's not necessarily even that it's just low, it's that it needs to have access to an option that's way better than everything else, or it will get flagged as medium because there's a few that it could be as equal as. That allows you to take the guesswork out of like the final step. Some other stuff to do will be like M12 and 13 are really bad because like a 2 is like that, 3 is like that. So it sees this brown part, the top, the M6. You guys know what I'm talking about with the M's, right? You got the commander products where it's like a shield, and then it's like a bar this way, and then it's a bar that way, and then it's a bar that way, and then so those are also containing a lot of identical art reprints. That's kind of the thing we got to remember here. Is that everything else is the same except for that little symbol. It's the only delineating factor. If you're doing a card a second, it can get that off, but that's what the mobile is for, is that everything that it's not super confident on, you guys can review very quickly. And then you get to the same point, which is 99.999% accuracy on your export, which is what we're looking for.
I would also add, even though cards are marked as significant confidence, 99% of the time they are the correct card, just needing computer vision is sure. So yeah, can you
Actually, 97% of the time is right. So even medium is like 3%. You know what I mean? That helps answer your question.
No? Does it also be used to sell? But also happen to identify my confidence, total confidence,
Depends on how good the counterfeit is. If it does the same thing that we do, which look, if there's any obvious aberrations, it gets low in confidence, like if it's like offset or that sort of thing. But that's really as good as it can because it's optical detection. That's what it's doing. It's like looking at it. It doesn't pick it up and move it around and check with the edges, right?
If there are blades, you have want to stick out more to see split down. This is taking that's taking that absolutely.
It doesn't need to. It's a limitation of the hardware. It's fully utilizing what is available. So like we already give it all the resources it needs to make the maximum accuracy guess.
What information is included on the CSV export?
We offer a variety. So we were saying that we have a whole bunch of different export options. Every one of those is tailored to the end client. So one for Finder is going to be different from one for Crystal Commerce is going to be different from one from TCG Player. The TCG Player one plugs into a lot of different platforms actually. So like if the place you're sending it uses TCG Player IDs for their inventory, they just take that, right? So that kind of condenses the complexity. We have our own CSV export that contains all the metadata about the card. So if you aren't using another POS and you're putting directly onto Shopify or eBay or something, let's say, you can use that as like a proxy inventory where it also contains stuff like super type line or set code or scribe call ID or price. Price is super good too. So it allows you to take a TCG Player pricing and put it into your store without having to do anything with TCG Player.
That's cool. Right. So it came out.
That's cool, man. You didn't introduce yourself though.
Jay, it is their plugins.
Okay, now you may proceed.
So what does it do with the ones that are wrong with this like and separate better than source? That power?
Not yet, but it's going to.
Okay.
Why have you been so clear? Okay, sweet.
I'm Chris from Miso's Game Room Collectibles here in Louisville. So does it tell you like where in the stack it is? So if you have 100 cards in a bin or whatever, does it tell you like where it is so that you can like verify which card that actually is?
You don't need to because it's got a picture in the quick
Oh,
find.
okay.
I apologize if that was unclear. But yeah, let's just calculate it one more time. This is the actual scanner image.
Okay.
This is the match.
I got you.
We did this so that you don't have to do what you just proposed. Not that it's not a good idea, it's just doing it at scale is mind numbing.
Extra clarification there. So the CSV export that we provide you with puts the cards in the order that they landed in the bin as well.
Also, yeah,
So you can do a one-to-one.
Okay.
So
And I had another question. You mentioned like doing like scanning cards for customers and stuff like that. I mean, do you guys have any numbers on like what people charging pay or charge for that sort of?
you guys did that.
You depends. A couple customers, some folks have told me they charge like $15 per 1,000 cards. Some customers have said they charge $25 an hour. I've seen some folks charge up to $30 an hour. It's going to depend on their local provided customer and it's the corporate tied to his client. Generally, folks either charge flat rate for a number of cards, or they just charge it down.
And what's primo about doing a customer sort is that if you guys have like a buy-in program, you can also give them a quote. So it's like, hey, if you're interested in selling any of this back, you can export a CSV and then toss back in your buy list price or whatever your offer is. So they're not walking away with sort of cards, they're walking away with a pitch.
Okay.
So that's oh, sorry, yes.
We do that with customers that come in that don't know what their value is of their cards, and they haven't played in 10 years. I got this batch of cards. We'll tell them, okay, it's going to take about 3 hours to do this, so we'll charge you $30 if you take the cards back. If you do decide to sell them to us, and I'll be able to give you a CSV of the value of every card and make you an offer on that, then we cover the cost of the sort because it benefits us as well. And we picked up many collections that would have taken a long time to go through and a lot of explaining to the customer because our business model is very transparent. So we want to explain to the customer what they have. We've been able to shorten that to almost nothing. And it doesn't take a staff member because it's doing it while I do other stuff.
Hey, Anthony, Great Escape Games, Sacramento, California. Let's say you're going through and dropping a bunch of bulk. We get a lot of cards that are in like perfect fits sometimes. How does it handle cards and sleeves?
So if they're in perfect fits and they're not all in perfect fits, it normally just feeds through as per usual.
Yeah, I can attest to that. It does.
Jason Howard, I'm based in the UK. What are your plans for ongoing mechanically, for instance?
is how every place create existing trades.
Yes, has anyone been by the booth to come talk to us yet? I know I see a few friendly faces, It's okay. And we've shown up, we have the latest and greatest in mechanical updates to the machine on the showroom floor. I believe we've given you guys a brief tour of this as well. Long to medium term mechanical improvements or updates that we've yet to add. Generally, as soon as we come up with something good, it's already out there. You know what I mean? That's kind of the beauty of having a small team with a machine that we retrofit and make a huge stride to support, is that we'll come up with a good idea, we'll make it available for, especially if people are, if you're having pain points with a certain thing, that's generally why we come up with an update, and then that goes into those people first. So we try to ensure that the people who utilize this the most get it the fastest.
In terms of particulars, I would just add as well that all our recent hardware upgrades, including our 100% foil detection, are backwards compatible on existing models and on standard on new.
Did that answer your question?
Service.
Pardon me?
Is it the ongoing service contract?
Yeah, we have a warranty plan that you can opt in or out of, and generally speaking, warranty will cover cost on parts. So we only ask for shipping to you guys if anything goes down with warranty, as long as you're on. And I mean, the parts are not that expensive, so if you do want to get off warranty, and you want to be like an OG like this guy and just fix everything yourself, you're more than welcome to do so.
We're in danger of watching Nathan dance.
I know.
It's-
I got some questions for you guys. Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
We're Funky Town in New York, and my question is, will we have Square?
Yeah.
And nobody seems to integrate with them.
Correct.
What are our chances of eventually doing that?
Direct to Square, we'll make it as easy as possible that we can. Those integrations are actually, they can be pretty intense and require like a point of sale system. Like some people, that's their whole business, is getting stuff from people like us into Square. If you want to talk to it, I don't know if anyone does that. POS people and to Square do it. So Swartzwick behind you, you can hit them up. They will integrate to Square. They're I want to get this right, inventory management and point of sale system, right?
Yeah.
So you can use something like us to get them the data, and then they will put it up on Square.
Right, you would need like an API or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a question for Lan. You get a collection in from someone. What's the most common sort you start with there? Is it just the harvest, or you have your own?
So you can kind of do it one. So I will do, because of how we sort our cards internally, I will do a value sort, and I will pull out cards above X color, whatever I decide for that day. And then the rest will be sorted by color. You can do one though where you put like anything below 10 cents, 25 cents, and under, like you can break it up as much as you want. You can set those.
Are you looking to do particular, like these requirements?
I know they go through a lot, and I want to see how they can just start the process. And
Yeah.
Money first, then color.
Sometimes I'll do money, then rarity, it depends. Like if I'm digging in a collection and it might go back to the customer, I'll ask them what their preference is in case it does go back. But if it's coming to us, then it's money.
Yeah. Another cool thing about the BizBatch is we let you take a list of individual IDs, put it up as what we call a list, and then you can use that as a bid condition. So if you want to do like Card Kingdom's buy list, or you have your own buy list, that can be a filter for one of those bids.
Yes, our value is actually like value plus Soul Ring plus Rogue's Passage plus Rogue's Commander card.
Any plans on integrating with Manapool?
It already does, if I'm not mistaken.
Ooh, very nice.
What's up?
Is there a way, is there a way for it to actually resist the inventory and filter out stuff you don't have?
That's a very good feature that we've looked at, and we have a line on how we're going to do that. Do I understand correctly? It's going to be a per platform basis. So whoever wants to play ball with us, we're going to make that available for them. So that's going to be a win-win for both of those platforms.
I think it'd be awesome to have this collection in there, all the stuff I have zeros up, numbers up.
Yeah.
Put into inventory, the rest all boxes.
Yes. There's a fun way you can do that with Excel right now, where you just export your inventory and then you minus out the things you're looking for and then re-upload that as a list, and then you're looking for X copies of those cards. It's like a how would you say, download, upload, workaround, but you can absolutely do it. We just want to make that more seamless in the future. 100%.
What's the cost?
Oh, that is actually yeah. So because we are a smaller team and we have autonomy over how we put these things out, we want to make sure that we have options that work for any business. So we allow you guys to rent the machine, you can lease to own the machine, or you can purchase the machine. The rental is a 3-month minimum trial period. It's $13.50 flat per month. You can lease to own the machine for 1 to 5 years, and the lowest rate you're gonna be able to get that at is $670 per month. And if you want to buy it, you just got $30K lying around, you don't know what to do with it, you can hit us up with that for $29.5. This is probably the best value over the course of 5 years. This gives you the most flexibility. This is the lowest risk. The rental is also super cool. Yeah, this is really this is the clincher right here. If you want to return the rental to us, you get the machine, you decide that it's not for you, we will give you your deposit back, no questions asked. If you want to take that rental and roll it into a lease to own, you can keep 100% of that equity. So that's the best thing we can do short of a free trial. We are very confident that if you get this machine, it will make you money and you will keep it and love it and you will be homies forever. But it's sometimes structural things happen. Sometimes you mess up with one. You don't carry your one when you're doing your calcs, and it's not for you. Send it back, no problem.
Just to clarify there, Nathan, so that was for the lease to own. You can also roll the rental into a direct purchase?
Correct. Yeah, the equity transfers to either.
Just an unbiased cameraman.
Yeah.
I have a question, but I think I heard
Yeah, we used to have different, this is actually really funny. So you guys are, we're a Canadian company. We have most of our customers in the United States. We love getting out to see you guys. It's a great time, just so I know. And then what we do is we have, US will be the stable pricing, and then when we quote you, it'll be that conversion rate. And then you guys are gonna get invoiced live and whatever that is in perpetuity. We had a guy from the UK hit us up because our numbers had changed. He was like, I could actually fly to Canada, stay in Banff, go skiing, and then buy the machine, ship it back, and it'd still be cheaper to pay it in British pounds. And we're like, thank you for that observation. So,
Matt Ashland, that's Complicated Comics in Oregon. So can you change what, I hate the Lost Caverns of Ixalan is under key for that.
The record store problem.
Yeah, can you change that on yours, or?
I don't believe you can, no. Because all the T's make a huge alphabetizing block, and it's really awkward to work within that, right? Because T just goes through the roof.
So just to clarify,
if you're, yeah, I was gonna say, if you're sorting by that set, you can't sort cards by name. You can also sort cards by contains part of the game. So you can say contains Lost Caverns of Ixalan, assign it to a bin, and then anything that contains that phrase or those words, just go that way.
I'm saying if I'm just sorting a random box.
Yep.
I want that of L, not T. Is that possible?
You don't necessarily need to set sorts alphabetically because it just groups them based on the order in which it finds them in the cards, and then it just specs them out.
Because I'm going by, I have a Roka, so I'm going by how it works there, so I don't know.
Yeah. No, I don't really believe so. Position is kind of arbitrary.
I mean, something we can look at.
Yeah, we
we might have a solution for it already.
Yeah. Our sister can do it. See, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
There's lots of options.
True.
You mentioned keeping equity from the rental.
Yep.
Are you also able to buy out the lease?
Yes. So we have two options that you can put lump amounts down. You can either make a one-time payment, I'm going to make sure I get this right, one-time payment of up to 25% of the difference per year with no fee, or you can buy out the entire remaining amount for 3 months interest. So this is like an amortized loan, so it gets more if you do it up front, less if you do it towards that. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Question for you guys.
Okay.
Nope, you got
Gary, Card Brother Games, Columbus, Ohio. I have 18 questions, but I'm only going to ask 2, and I'll get the rest of them at the booth.
Cool. Sure.
So first is everything I'm hearing is Magic, but yet you support 5 total games, correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay. So I'm seeing confidence ratings on Magic.
Yeah.
What are your confidence ratings on every other game?
Okay, so the short answer is that Magic is more complicated than every other game put together. And Pokemon is roughly correlate. We apply the same techniques from Pokemon to Magic. But the real answer to that question is we have not tested it as much as we need to make claims about that. I assume it's going to be very, very similar. All the other games are very easy and probably 100% confident. We don't even really bother to check. Like there are fewer cards in like Lorcana or something than there are like a year of Magic releasing.
It works well for Lorcana. We use Lorcana, we don't do the other games. Lorcana's fine.
We just launched Riftbound with custom map. You know, it's got 2 sets out so far. So far, 100% accurate what we've seen in our customers. That's live edition now.
Question about Yu-Gi-Oh!
The Yu-Gi-Oh question. We don't do that yet, and can anyone guess why we don't do Yu-Gi-Oh?
Cards for ants.
Cards are small.
All very contributive questions. It is size, it is material, and it's also the kerning on the letters is kind of whack, like it squished the names together, so the machine can't, All reasons that we haven't invested the amount of time that we will need to in order to get Yu-Gi-Oh! Up. It's possible that that requires hardware mods, much in the same way we do with like feeder update or that sort of thing. But it's also entirely possible that we can do it with the hardware we have now, given the improvements. That's, again, kind of gets shoved down under the cards, games that are going to be easy and quick, and people also are desperately knocking down their door to do. We said we were going to do Star Wars last year, but that got bumped before Riftbound, but Star Wars is back on the roadmap. I wanted to know that.
JC back from Manchester. From going to the shops that are running machines, how often do you find you have to multi-pass a set of cards to get the sorting outcome that you were looking for? And if you provide examples of when you need to do that?
Depends what you're looking for. Do you want to, for example, if you want to do rarity and then color, or rarity and then set, that's going to be 2 tasks. Because it'll do like the set the first time, then you got to put it back through to get back each individual set to get the color. It really depends what you want to do. I haven't put a card through more than twice.
Don't want twice. So
like I haven't had to feed it through more than twice, but did 2 sorts to get whatever I was looking for. I haven't looked for anything more whittled down than that.
I can give you the worst case scenario. So I'm sorting through about 400 gold boxes right now with my machine. We're running it at 14 hours a day. So we take just chaos box, value sort first, set sort next. So it goes through once, 2 times for set because it's 4,000 cards, or 5,000, almost 5,000 cards. And then I run them through, we do set and then alphabet. At that point, it runs through 2 more times and it's done. So if you take 1 box, it goes through about 5 completely disorganized mess. And then it's ready to go out into the world.
You should come see us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there also a monthly or annual software bit?
Yes, so we bundle together our software and like all the cloud computing and all that sort of stuff together with our support team. That's $150 US per month, and that is regardless of whether or not you own the machine. That is the, if we ever saturate the market, we don't go bankrupt amount. And then what that ensures is that you guys are never left guessing if you decide to not be on the warranty plan, because you can fix it yourself, but you need help diagnosing or like figuring out what's going on with the machine and maybe training your staff coaching. That's always going to be locked in, and that is a 5-year guarantee for each machine.
cards. Not
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah. Yes. The maintenance question. Okay. We give you a checklist. You can give it to your staff. Run through it before each day's sorting. It's going to be like a check to make sure there's nothing caught in, check to make sure you've emptied everything, clean the feeding wheels, like anything that rubs or bounces or spins, that's going to build up with this grime that we were talking about. You want to clean that off with alcohol, make sure it's nice and squeaky, and then you're good for the day. There are like little parts in this thing that we estimate are good for about 2 million sorts for 2 years worth of operation, whichever comes first. We ensure that we help you guys to replace any of those that will go down. And if anything bigger than a 2-hour like Teams call happens, then we will swap out your module with a new one at no cost to you if it's under warranty.
I would just add and say that maintenance is pretty quick. With maintenance, check daily in the morning to prevent most any potential issues. Clean your machine every 10, 20, 50,000 cards, depending on condition of cards. Cleaning the machine takes 5-10 minutes tops. Designed to be very easy, and the machine is built to be modular. Just something heavy.
One thing I do want to add to that is it depends very heavily on the types of cards you're running. If you're running bulk collections that people have had in their basement for a long time, that's going to dirty the machine up a lot faster. If you're running brand new pack fresh cards, you probably won't need to clean it for 3 days. Like, it just depends on what you're running.
One other thing worth pointing out is the system's modular. So like the scanner to detach, the conveyor, and the chassis. Usually if there's a problem that we can't work with you over a video call to diagnose or fix, then we can send you a fresh swap scanner and you just pull the pin, unplug it, put in the new one instead of the other one batches.
Just hold up, just come up on time, so probably 2-3 more questions and then dancing.
And then we're at booth 731 if we forget to mention, so come check us out. So,
I've got 2 kind of quick questions. The first one is it like connect to Wi-Fi, or do you have to like plug it into a computer, or how does that? Okay. And then the other one is, can you explain the warranty a little bit more, like the costs and stuff associated with that?
Yep. So every machine that you get is going to come with 1 year warranty on us. And then if you want to extend that, it's $1,500 per year. And if you don't want to extend it, then you are free to do so, and you can buy parts a la carte and attempt to repair it yourself, no questions asked. The warranty program is good for 1 year or 2 million cards sorted. If you go over 2 million cards, then your next warranty period just starts that next month. Is that?
I got one quick question. We're running multiple sorts, but let's say I want to look at my last week of sorts.
Yep.
Can I do that with the software correct?
Yep, we have a sort history.
Value data and everything else.
Yeah, and then you can clean it up and change it and punch it back into your inventory.
Just add on, you can do that remotely, not the same shop in the computer.
Sorry, just repeat the question?
You can do it remotely from, like, say I'm at home and someone else is using the machine and I want to look at it.
Yeah, so you can, there's what's called a local account where you're sorting on a machine, and you also have your global account.
Okay.
So you can log in the global account from anywhere, you can view your inventory, look at past sales, things of that nature.
All right, well, thank you so much, everybody, and please give a round of applause to our friends here. Enjoy the last day of the show and buy lots of fizz badges.
I feel like we should have walked in